The Shed Show, The Shed Show. Come on.
Beer and sheds go together like fish and chips, AC and DC, chalk and cheese. Imagine a shed dedicated solely to beer. We're on our way to meet Neil, whose backyard shed has grown to become the Great Aussie Beer Shed.
Whiskers, how are you, old mate?
G'day Neil, how are you? Great to see you.
Welcome to the Great Aussie Beer Shed.
I'm home. Let's go and have a look around.
Let's do it.
My goodness. Why do I feel like Homer Simpson? Beer.
18,500 empty beer cans, but let me show you the best one first. This book here was put out by an English author in 1974. It's called Collecting Beer Cans. That picture in the book there is that beer can there, and the title in the book says, The Rarest Can in the World. We now know there's 6 in collections around the world, and it was put out for the coronation of the King, King George VI to be precise, in 1937.
Look at this West End bitter beer. This is a very old can as well.
It is. That is Australia's rarest beer can. There's only one known to have survived. It was put out as a trial can in the 1950s, and one of our fellows from our beer can club bought it in the 1950s.
Pull up a lip. Did you say a beer can club?
Yes, Australian Beer Can Collectors Association, ABCCA.
I better sign up. Now, Neil, you've got the very first beer can, as you stated, but these look like they're really vintage stuff as well.
They definitely are. They only started canning in 1934 after Prohibition in the USA, and these were the first cans. They're called a cone top. They look like the old Brasso and the Silvo tin, that's why I put them in there, but you flip the lid and away you go.
A wall of beer. Oh, this is unbelievable.
Top left, you've got the train sets from Germany, the hot air balloons from Germany, the wildlife animals from South Africa, and the South African ones here, the cricketers. Look, action shots of the cricketers.
Now, Neil, this is almost overwhelming. There's almost too many cans and things to show on the Shed Show. But the Great Aussie Beer Shed, we really need to get people to come in and have a look.
We do. Everyone gets a personalised tour, and out of the 18,500 cans, they're themed. So you start with New South Wales, then you go to Victoria, then you go to Queensland, then you go to Tasmania. So they're all themed. People come in and they'll reminisce because we've got the first cans right through the modern cans. So everything's themed, it's all together.
Along with the 18,000 beer cans, Neil has a huge collection of Australiana. Let's check out a few of his favourite pieces.
This safe here is a beautiful safe. It weighs about 1.2 tonne. It's 160 years old, and it's sat at the Flemington Racecourse from what we believe for the last 160 years. In 1870, to prove that this was the best safe in Australia, they opened the safe, put cash and documents in, locked it, tipped a truckload of coal on it, truckload of timber on, set fire to it. 4 hours later, it just opened beautifully. Everything was in pristine condition. What a beautiful piece of Aussie history. That is the lock off the toilet door at Flinders Street Railway Station probably 80 odd years ago. And it says up the top here, pennies only, and then vacant. So you had to put your penny in to pay to go to the toilet.
And now I know why, spend a penny.
That's exactly right. The old Australian saying to spend a penny.
The bell tolls. J. Furphy and Sons, Makers Shepparton. Is that a Furphy bell?
100%.
And also, the backs of the Furphy cards. How come you've got so many? You obviously collect them.
I do. I've been collecting the Furphys for probably 30 odd years now. I've nearly got a full set of Furphy carts in full, plus the ends here. And they've got that funny looking writing, and people think it's Arabic, but it's actually Pitman's shorthand. It's what your nan would have learnt if she went to secretarial college. And the translation is, water is a gift from God, but beer is a concoction of the devil. Don't drink beer. And that was the message they put out to us Aussies in about 1895.
And that really is a Furphy.
Yes. These two items here are probably my most precious items in the whole museum.
Really?
Not my most valuable, but precious. Okay. After the First War, the Australian government said, what can they do to give something back to the family? Something tangible, something to look at, something to hold, to remember their loved ones who did not return. That one there's a copy of the original form this man signed when he enlisted in 1914. This one, its official title is a dead man's plaque, but it became commonly known as a dead man's penny. His name, Lloyd Leslie Lott's engraved on there, and right round the outside it says, he died for freedom and honour.
Neil, thank you very much for showing us around the Great Aussie Beer Shed in Echuca. Much appreciated.
You're welcome anytime, mate.
Of course, if we're going to have a shed show, we've got to have the beer shed, don't we?
You got to.
Listen, we're going to have to come back though and check out the Heritage Museum. Is that okay?
100%.
All right.
It's good help.
Cheers and beers.
The Shed Show, the Shed Show, let's go. The Shed Show, the Shed Show, come on.
The Shed Show is brought to you by these loving people. If you'd like to sponsor the show and shed the love, get in touch today. Cheers.